welcome to the information session about the Master of Advanced Studies in Toxicology. So I'm Jean Terrier. So I'm working as a chief resident in the Department of Clinical Pharmacology, and I'm one of the coordinator. And I'm with Marc Fati. So maybe Marc, I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm a coordinator of the program. I was myself at Geneva Hospital as responsible of a toxicology laboratory. Since I retired in 2014, I am in the courses of the Master of Toxicology as a coordinator.
Thank you, Marc, and Amita.
Hello, everybody. My name is Amita Semigigo, and I have been working with the MAS since 2016, and I take care of all the administrative part. So welcome to the session.
Okay, so maybe let's start. So the goal here is to briefly present you during a short talk the main the main things of the master, and then we'll have a question and answers session. So feel free to ask any questions, yeah. Feel free. We are here to answer your question. This is really the goal of this online session. So the program director of the Master of Toxicology, she's not present, but is Professor Corinne Sammers. So she's the head of Division Clinical Pharmacology and Toxicology at Geneva University Hospital. And we already introduced ourselves. So Dr. Marc Fati, the scientific coordinator, and myself, Dr. Jean Terrier, and Amita Semigigo, who is the admin coordinator of the master. So this master has several partnerships across Switzerland with the University of Basel, Lausanne, Zurich, the SCAT also, and the diverse organizations. And the structure of the program is the following: 19 ECTS credits with 14 modules, and a master thesis at the end of the master. So the duration of the master is over 14 modules over 4 semesters. So it lasts about 2 years. And the master thesis will last over maximum 2 semesters, but we can always discuss an extension. For the schedule, it's 16 weeks, teaching over 2 years, and there is an option to take full course over 4 years rather than 2, so 2 cycles. And the target audience are very large. So we have medical doctors, we have also biologists, pharmacists, biochemists, chemists, and veterinarians or equivalents. And the requirement is to have a master's degree. And for the blended learning, it's parts of the modules are in e-learning formats. It's a mix between physical presence, and e-learning and remote format. So the master is designed to comply with the Swiss Register of Toxicologists and the Eurotox. And for the registration, the successful completion of the course may be used towards fulfillment of the requirement for a professional and the registration as a toxicologist. So you have here two important links, and you will see the conditions to have these certification. And for the Eurotox, you have to comply with other conditions, and following this link, you can check the conditions. And but with the master, you can already have the Swiss certification, but then in adding some additional requirements, you can have the Eurotox certification, which is very important, and a lot of our followers ask us for this Eurotox certification. So for the present editions, the 2024 to 2026, the registration deadline is July 31st. And the registration deadline to individual modules are 1 month prior to the beginning of the module, including e-learning. So you still have time, but you have to register at least 1 month prior each module. And the mass kickoff on the module 1 will start in September, in next September in Geneva. So regarding the content of the modules, we cover a very wild topics on toxicology. I will not go too much into the details right now, but just to give you some big headline of each module. So we always start with a module about the basic principles in toxicology, because this is something that you will need for the rest of the master. And during this module, we will speak about really the basics of pharmaco and toxicokinetics, and really the basic principle of toxicology. And then for the module 2, we speak more about xenobiotic metabolism and toxicogenetics. So we will cover the different metabolic pathways involved in the biotransformation of xenobiotics, leading to poisonous compounds and toxification. And we'll see also the method to quantify and predict cytochrome activities, because it can be important for some xenobiotics. And this module will cover also some toxic genetic and the genetic tests that can be important, and also the role of toxicology in drug development. For organ toxicology, in this case, we will cover the basic physiology of the different organs that are involved in the metabolism or in the toxicity of some compounds, and we'll see the mechanism of toxicity specific to different organs. And also we'll have some nice examples of toxic signature of some environmental toxicants or drugs. We have also a module about analytical toxicology that is led by Professor Serge Ruda. And of course, you will see during this module all the technical aspect of analytical toxicology, including the matrices of interest and sample preparation method. There will be also the presentation about the different analytical technique, and the choice and evaluation of appropriate analytical tools. Then there is a module about biostatistics, which is, of course, can be useful for this master, but also in general in science, where there will be an introduction to fundamentals of epidemiology and read the principles of statistical methods. And there will be some exercise on scientific publication to work on these biostatistics. And there is a module about carcinogenesis, mutagenesis, and teratogenesis. So this is really all the necessary needs for to cover a cellular and molecular basis underlying carcinogenesis and teratogenesis. And you will see also the various factors such as chemicals, tobacco, alcohol, and so on, which can cause or prevent carcinogenesis, and also a basic introduction about the test strategies on in vitro mutagenesis and in vivo modules for chemoprevention. A module about molecular endocrinology. We speak a lot about this topic these last months. It's really about the description of various endocrine systems in animals and humans, and how they can be impacted by some toxic agents. And we will also cover all the biochemistry of hormones. Module 8 is more a module about regulatories and the risk assessment and regulatories. Here you will see the methods of toxicological hazard and exposure assessment and how to apply them to risk characterization, and the risk management, the risk benefit analysis, and the risk perception and communications, and also some insights into the role of safety assessment in the regulation of human and veterinary pharmaceuticals, pesticides, cosmetics, food and food additives, and industrial chemicals provided by experts that are coming from the federal authorities and industry. Module 9 about the clinical toxicology, so a very clinical module that are coordinated by Professor Alexandre Dieter and Professor Caroline Samer from our department. So it's really basics on the and more advanced concepts about really the clinical aspect of the toxicology. So it's really understanding, describing, and interpreting qualitative and quantitative aspect of intoxication and adverse drugs reaction, and also to interpret the laboratory tests that you can meet in clinics, and also the analysis of intoxication and the harmful drug effects such as major clinical toxicology syndromes. And also we will cover the general preventive and therapeutic aspect. And module 10 is about more epidemiology and food and industrial toxicology, led by Professor Nancy Hopf. So in this module, we'll cover more the identification of problems related to food safety and occupational health, and also the assessments of the toxicological risk of toxicants. And you will have some basic concepts on in occupational epidemiology and occupational exposure and risk assessment. And also we will cover the topic of food toxicology and understand also where, which, and how, and why toxicants are found in the workplace and in food. And for there are 4 last modules. So the one about ecotoxicology is covering all the ecotoxicological concept to evaluate the risk and the impact of pollutants in the environment. So you will have some general principle of ecotoxicological testing for water, sediment, and soil compartments, and again some also statistical aspects, and so practical training in substance toxicity testing with different methods, and that's very interesting. And for the module 12, it's about forensic toxicology and doping, led by Dr. Nicolas Leuenberger and Professor Orion Thomas from the very known and renowned University Center of Legal Medicine. And you will see an overview of the main classes of drugs relevant in forensic toxicology, and also learn to perform toxicological analysis of biological samples and interpretation of findings, and also the study of behavioral and toxic effects of psychoactive, doping substances, and harmful drugs. And also you will have the tools for analytical toxicology for the screening of unknown substances. And for the 2 last, so module 13 will cover the animal experimentation theory. So this is a course that is organized by the RISAL and that follows the Swiss federal guidelines. So maybe some of you have already followed this course. Of course, if some of you have already followed this course, they won't have to attend this course. But for the others, it's of course mandatory, and that's very important because it covers the main aspects of the laboratory animal cares, and as well as the knowledge of the manipulation required for animal experimentations, and all the ethics and regulation also parts about animals. And the last one is module 14, led by Professor Adrien Roux and Olivier Sorg, is about in vitro toxicology. So it's more rather about the introduction to three-dimensional cultures, and it covers also the basic knowledge of the different techniques and methods used to perform in vitro screening of toxic molecules, and also with the goal to replace classical animal experimentation. And you will see different models that are used, so stem cells, 3D cultures, and so on. And also, yeah, it highlights the importance of the three R in the different in vitro methods. So you've noticed, we try really to cover a large field of different topics related to toxicology, from really more experimental in vitro toxicology to clinics, and even to environment in general. And all the coordinators are really experts in this field. They are coming from all of different cities in Switzerland, and yeah, it's very valuable to have all these people there in the master. So thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, of course, we are at your disposal to answer you. You have this email address, but we can also you can also call us. There is no problem, and we will be happy to answer any questions. And now, if you have any questions, we are open to answer. And yeah. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending this online session.